Hey everyone, JTISREBORN here, and welcome to the next bit of After the Movie. This time I'm going to be talking about M. Night Shyamalan's latest movie, Split. Now this movie stars James McAvoy, and it's about a guy who has a bunch of 23 to 24 personalities in his head, and he kidnaps these three girls, and she has to deal with like his personalities. He's got a doctor and all that. And the less I say, the better about this movie. Now let's talk about the positives. James McAvoy is fantastic in this movie. If this movie didn't have a good actor like McAvoy, it would have completely bombed. It would have failed easily. But thanks to him, the movie does in fact work. It's M. Night Shyamalan's best movie since Signs. I mean, Signs is a pretty flawed movie. It is, like, when I first saw Signs, I loved it. Now that I look back on it, it's like I see it's actually pretty stupid with the aliens and like the water, but I still enjoy Signs for the most part. Unbreakable is really good, and Sixth Sense is still his best movie in my opinion, especially like the way it like wraps up and ends. But this is a return to form for Shyamalan. I'm really happy to see that he put out something really good, because let's face it, after Signs he had what? The Village, which was okay, not absolutely like atrocious like the movies that were coming. Then he did Lady in the Water, which was a piece of shit. And then he did The Happening, which is an unintentional comedic masterpiece. It's really terrible, but Mark Wahlberg is so much fun in this movie. What? No. And The Happening just sucked, people. It was pretty bad. Then what do you do? The Last Airbender. Yeah, that piece of shit. The Last Airbender is atrocious. Like, it's his worst movie by far. There's no redeeming qualities to The Last Airbender whatsoever. It's terrible. Insult to the franchise. And then I think he produced Devil, which is I think he came up with a story for that, which was pretty funny. And then he made, what was it, his last movie? The Visit. I never saw The Visit. I heard some pretty good things about it, so maybe I'll check that one out. But yeah, anyway, Split. I don't know if I should talk about the ending, because like this movie, it was, even without what it reveals at the end, what it ends up being. I mean, I guess it's been a few weeks. I guess you can just go ahead and spoil the thing. So yeah, if you haven't seen Split before watching this portion of the video, go ahead and check it out. It actually is a good M. Night Shyamalan movie. It might be one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Granted, I've seen some good movies. I've seen some really terrible movies, but Split is definitely up there. It definitely like worth checking out maybe twice, especially seeing all the connections. So go check out Split. Now we're gonna get into spoilers. It's a sequel to Unbreakable. Yeah, this is the first time in God knows how long where an ending I literally yelled in the theater. I'm like, oh my god, what? Bruce Willis? Holy shit! Like, that ending was great. Even without that, I mean, the movie still would have been pretty solid. But thanks to that reveal and the fact that Shyamalan's like announced that his next project is Unbreakable too, that's wow. Like, that's actually really good. This is a character that he wanted to originally include in the Unbreakable sequel, but didn't know how to do it. This is a very interesting way of going about it, because this is the origin of a supervillain, the type of movie that we really haven't seen done well, but Shyamalan did a good job with it. And when I was watching the movie, I guess I could talk about some of the things. It was getting kind of like over the top ridiculous when James McAvoy transforms into like this beast character, and I'm like, okay, this is just getting so out of hand, and I'm like, this is just so like out there, like even like my like this suspension of disbelief has kind of like lost track, but thanks to that ending reveal, it all makes sense. Because if you have seen Unbreakable, you know it's basically like a superhero movie. And then seeing that M. Night's the villain, I'm very curious to see or not M. Night's the villain, I guess you can say that in some of his movies, but James McAvoy is the villain of this. Seeing him like go toe-to-toe with Bruce Willis, I'm game, take my fucking money. So, what about his personalities? The one girl does a pretty good job, the main lead. The way she is, and like you get a little bit into her backstory and you see why she is the way she is. It's pretty good. But James McAvoy is just so much fun to watch in this movie with all his distinct personalities. My favorite personality is like, my name is Hedwig, which probably will get some people riled up. I'm pretty sure they have been. But like James McAvoy, he can be really creepy, he can be really funny. He does his like feminine personality. James McAvoy is great in this movie. Definitely, the ticket price alone is thanks to him. If he's not in this movie, I don't see it working. So, yeah, the ending reveal, wow, just unbelievable. So, yeah, M. Night Shyamalan did a good movie, people, and it's worth checking out. So if you get the chance, do yourself a favor, check out Split. It's still playing. It was like #1 for like 3-4 weeks in a row, or 3 weeks. Yeah, it's kind of been a while. It's still fresh in my mind. I still remember it thoroughly. I mean, Patriots Day, I kind of forgot some stuff, but Split, yeah, Split's good. Split's really good. Do yourself a favor, check out Split.